Hello friends, this is the first topic, introduction to operating system. In the introduction to operating system, we'll cover the evaluation of operating system, various types of OS, the OS different concepts, OS structure. Along with that, in that operating system, we'll see what is the process, what are the inter-process communication, what are the inter-process communication problems, some resource handling problems, and after that, how to detect the deadlock and the recovery concepts. So first, operating system is a program that manages the computer hardware. It also provides a basic for application program and acts as an intermediate between a computer user and the computer hardware. An amazing aspect of the operating system is how varied they are in accomplishing this task. Mainframe operating system are designed for primarily to optimize utilization of hardware. The personal computer operating system supports complex programs, business application, and everything in between. The operating system for handheld operating system, the handheld computers are designed to provide an environment in which user can easily interface with the computer to execute the program. So whatever the mobile you are using, these are the handheld operating system. Thus, operating systems are designed for the convenience of others to be efficient, and others some combination of the two. So, what operating system will do? What are the different types of operating system? Accordingly, the operating system can be the mainframe system, desktop system, multiprocess system, distributed system, cluster system, real-time system, handheld system, computing environments. So, basic question is what operating system will do. So we'll we begin our discussion by looking at the operating system, the role in overall computer system. A computer system can be divided roughly into the four components: the hardware, the operating system, application programs, and the user. The hardware is contains the central processing unit, the memory, and the input-output devices. It provides the basic computing resource for the system. The application programs are there, which defines the way in which the system resources are used. Just like suppose you are considering the word processor, spreadsheet, compiler, or web browser, all are the application programs. Next is the operating system, which defines the way in which the operating system controls and coordinates the use of hardware among the various application programs for the various users. And the user is there. The user can be the people, it can be machine, or it can be other computer which can access that particular hardware or software, you can say. If we consider the abstract view of the operating system, it mainly contains the computer hardware, which contains certain processor or some RAM or some secondary memory. All these things are in the computer hardware. Above that computer hardware, there is the operating system is there. The operating system which can communicate with the hardware easily. On the operating system, this operating system is again a software. On the operating system is again one application programs are there. The application program like compiler, assembler, text editor, or anything which can directly communicate with the operating system. Above that, the user are there. So we can define the operating system. It is an interface in between the user and the hardware. So user can directly access this hardware easily. So this is the main use of your operating system. If we define the operating system in different definition, it can be the interface, also it can be the resource allocator. The operating system uses a different resources of your hardware, and the operating system manages that resource, and it can allocate also for different processor required. A control program, the operating system also controls different programs, different input operation, different program executing, different process executing. All these are controlled by the operating system. A kernel, we can define operating system as a kernel. Basically the kernel is a program which runs at all the time, and which can manage the hardware and manage the software also. So these are the alternate definition for the operating system. The first operating system is the mainframe operating system. So mainframe operating system contains the batch system. Just like a different jobs are there. A similar kind of job we can make one arrangement that similar kind of job are in a one batch, and these batches are given to the operating system, and they will execute sequentially. So one job at a time, so one batch at a time, and the job will execute. The job sequence automatically transfer control from one job to another. So what are the different advantage of that mainframe system? It initially control in monitor. So initially we have to control the different, whether this job is particular belongs to which batch. So accordingly we have to consider we have to make different batches. After that, the control will transfer to the operating system, so that which job will execute at which time, it is decided by the operating system, and the job will complete, and a single batch will require a single resource. And this mainframe system is work for the dedicated system. For example, the ATM machine is an example for the mainframe system, or the banking system are the mainframe systems. So if we consider the memory layout for the simple batch system, so this is complete memory in which it is divided for the operating system. So in one part the operating system will be there, in another part the user program will be there, which is executing at all time. Next is the multi-program batch system. So multi-program batch system is several jobs. So in a one batch, different jobs can be possible. So the operating, this is several jobs are kept in main memory at the same time. The CPU is multiplexed among them. So this is a multi-program batch system. So what are the different features are required for multi-programming? So input output the supplied by the system. Memory management, so it should be it manage the memory. CPU scheduling, the system must choose among several jobs. So different scheduling algorithms are available. Allocation of device, so different device you are using, it will allocate the different devices also. So what are the advantage in multi-programming? Job switch to another job, it is also known as context switching. The CPU will never sit idle, so CPU is always utilizing that particular thing. OS has to make a decision, and OS has to make a decision which job he has to process and all this. Next type of this time sharing system. The CPU is a multiplex among the several jobs that are kept in memory and on disk. So one CPU will be there which has a different jobs are there. So a CPU is swapped in or swapped out from different memory location, and they can utilize different jobs will execute at a time. So for that purpose, the online communication, that is the inter-process communication, should be there in between the different jobs. So this is time sharing system. Next is the desktop system. Desktop system is similar to your what is the computer you are using. So it has a different components. As it is a personal computer, so it computer system dedicated to single user. It has a different input output devices, keyboard, mouse, display, screen, anything. It can adopt different technology, that is we can install a different softwares on that desktop system. Then parallel system. The parallel system is also a multi-processor system. In a multi-program system, the single CPU is there and multiple programs are running at a time. But in a multi-process system, the multiple processors are there which are executing multiple programs at a time. So the CPU are the different CPUs are there. So CPU 1, 2, 3, 4, and different programs, that is job 1, job 2, job 3 are there, which are executing simultaneously. So what are the advantage? So the increase in throughput, that is the number of jobs completed at a time, it is increasing. Economical, because we are executing a different jobs at a time, so it is economical. Increase the reliability, so it also increase the reliability because different jobs are running and they are executing, so our system will work efficient. If we define asymmetric, each process assign a specific task, master processor scheduled and allocate work on the slave processor. Real-time system, often used as a control device in dedicated application like a scientific application or some medical application. The real-time operating system are used according to the different types. It has a hard real-time system or soft real-time system. The hard real-time system is a guarantee that critical tasks can be completed on time. Just like suppose you are launching a rocket, it has a hard real-time system, that particular task will complete at that particular time. The soft real-time system, the critical real-time system task priority. Suppose you are giving a different priority for the different task, accordingly it will execute it. A distributed system, distribute the computing among several physical processes. This is a loosely coupled system, just like a wireless sensor network, different sensors are there which are sending a data. This is a distributed system. In cluster system, so two or more systems which share the same storage. This is a cluster system. Handheld system, what are the Android operating system you are using? So these are the handheld system, as a cellular telephone, as a pagers you are using. These are all handheld system. So if we define the OS evolution, the first operating system is defined in 1965 to 1960 in MIT as a computing utility. So after that, the Bell Lab developed the Unix operating system, and accordingly evolution as possible. So in 1965 to 70, the multi-CS one first operating system. After that, multi-user, then network, then Unix, multi-user, network, Unix, multi-processor. Accordingly, the Unix operating system in between 2000 is there. And from Unix operating system, we develop the Windows operating system or different versions of Unix. And every operating system has a different different, that is a time share. It may be time share, it has a compiler, it may be interactive, it may be some command based, different purpose are.